Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Nedarim page 51, which discusses a story where Bar Kapara was in the presence of the great Rabbi, and they were at a wedding together. And Bar Kapara, as a lot of times people do at weddings, they engage in all sorts of conversation. And Bar Kapara said, I want to ask you what the meaning of the word zima means. Zima refers to lewdness, an individual, specifically in this context, a woman who is engaged in multiple partners, and because of that, it's considered to be an act of lewdness. So he said, I want you to tell me, what do you think the deeper meaning of this word is? So Rabbi tried to come up with a few answers. Bar Kapara ended up refuting and saying this is not what it meant. So he said, okay, so please explain it to me. So, well, first, I want you to dance in front of me. I want your wife to take a cup of wine and to prepare it and to mix it. They had to have a specific amount of water in proportion to the amount of wine, because it was a very strong wine. And then only afterwards, I'll tell it to you. So he went and had to jump through all these hoops, so to speak, until finally he was able to present all the requests that Bar Kapara asked of him. And then only afterwards he explained it to him. And he said, as a sidebar, that the word zima comes from three Hebrew words. Zu mahi, literally this, referring to the child, this infant that would be born by this woman. Mahi, what is its status? In other words, what is the situation as far as who the father is? We know you're the mother, but Zu, this child, Mahi, what is the status of the father? And this is, of course, before paternal testing, that this woman would have absolutely no idea the status of this child. So this person who's engaged in this zima, this is a person who is not going to end up potentially knowing the father, who this child is, who's the child's father. And perhaps someone who's engaged in this type of a lifestyle, even if they would know who the father is, that father may not necessarily be so involved because they don't have an intact family. The question that some wonder is, if he knew the answer, why did he have Rabbi have to do all these different things and also involve Rabbi's wife to have to prepare the cup and to sing and to dance and do all these different things that's mentioned over here? Why didn't he just tell it to him directly? So we know there's an expression, easy come, easy go. If a person wants to know information and it comes easy to them, it's very possible, if it's something which is very powerful and meaningful, that you're going to retain that knowledge. It's going to be something that you will keep with you. However, if it came easy, it didn't take much effort and work to be able to acquire that knowledge, then there's a possibility that it may become forgotten. But if you put a lot of effort and you have to go through a lot of work to be able to get to what you want, then there's a greater likelihood that you're going to be able to not just understand what's being said, but there's a stronger concept, a stronger way of showing that you will retain that knowledge. And therefore, this is the message that Bar Kapara is teaching us, that if we want something in life, we could take the easy route, or we can do it a little bit in a difficult way. Now, even though it seemingly will show the same results, but at the end of the day, will those results stick? Will they stay? When a person puts forth a great amount of effort, they work hard to accomplish something, there's a greater likelihood that what they have accomplished is something that will transform them and make them into a different person. And therefore, even though it may seem hard and very difficult to be able to do certain things, to be able to accomplish what we want to, at the end, the result will be better.